Resident, when do you think Bannerlord's going to be released? Do you know? Do you know? Inside news? Yeah? No. What up, pimps? It's your boy, Rez. Oh, God. Someone asked me to say that. I'm never saying that again. I do apologize. Welcome back to another Mountain Blade developer blog. Now, we're going into... I was about to say we're going into, like, little information here. But we've been going into little information for about 3 years now. So this isn't really anything new. But we're going to be talking about the recruitment system in Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord. While getting straight into it, we all know that raising your army is the core mechanic of Mount and Blade. It's what you want to do to be able to take over these villages and eventually own your own kingdom. Now, there's some new mechanics in doing this. This time, you don't recruit from a village or a settlement as a whole, you recruit from different NPCs. Now, because you're recruiting from different NPCs, this means that you're going to have to build your relations not with a whole settlement, but with these individual people. For example, in Warband, you would do things like getting cattle back for a village, or you'd do a few tasks for them with grain, getting some grain for them, and then you'd improve your relations and you'd have a high possibility of getting more men from that village. But in this is with the individual NPCs, so you have to do tasks, improve your relations with these individual NPCs, but these NPCs only sell one type of troop. This means there might be an NPC which sells archers or skirmishers, there might be one that sells cavalry, or there might be one that sells infantry. And depending on what kind of army composition you want, depends on what kind of relations you want to improve with these guys. For example, if you want a more infantry-based army composition, you want to do a lot of tasks improving your relations with the NPC that sells more infantry. But what does this do? What does improving relations actually do? I hear you ask, scaring the piece of paper sitting on my desk. Well, the better relation that you have with an NPC, the more likely you're going to be able to recruit higher up levels of soldiers. So you're not going to be just recruiting recruits from the start, if that makes sense. In Warband, you would recruit, let's say you're going down the Swadian route, you'd get Swadian recruits that they're going to militia, then footmen, and then so on. It's different in this. The better relations you have, you might be able to start straight off the bat and go recruit some footmen or some heavier infantry instead of just recruiting the peasant recruits to start with and then upgrading them that way. So it's definitely worth improving your relations with these guys. Another major change is that the AI lords are now recruiting the same way as the players, which means that there are some advantages and disadvantages to playing in the game. It's going to be a bit easier since you're not going to join the game and get attacked by a lord with 200 men straight away when you've just started, because they're going to be just starting as well and recruiting the same way you have been. So, you know, but this means that there's going to be more competition between recruits and, competing with each lord, since you're all going to be wanting the best soldiers in your army, so there's going to be more fighting between these fresh recruits from the beginning. So the lords and the AI recruit the exact same way as the player. And finally, we've got a small screenshot of this recruitment screen. As you can see, it looks like there's the infantry, there's the skirmishers type NPCs that you can buy things off, and cavalry as well, but also it looks like the ones that are darkened out are ones you can't recruit, and the ones that are highlighted are the ones obviously you can recruit. So it looks like the second one down, the player has got better relations with this NPC, which means you can recruit higher level soldiers to start with, whether the one at the top has bad relations with them, so you can only recruit the basic peasants to start with. So that's a nice way, a nice touch of doing it. And so, but that's it for this week's developer blog. Make sure you stay subscribed to the channel if you want more developer blogs, and I will be streaming a lot more on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm doing them both at the same time. I know, how cool is that? So make sure you go and follow my Twitch if you haven't already. But until then, guys, I will see you in the next one.